I loved that quote. Absolutely loved it. So we have to lead by example. So I just have a couple of points when leading by example. Number one, make sure your headspace is right. You cannot effectively lead your team unless you are investing in your personal growth. And that is one of the biggest things I've learned the past 2.5 years of my business is personal growth. Okay? Because women are interesting creatures. And if your headspace isn't right, you cannot deal with all the different things that your business is going to throw at you, okay? So what leadership books are you reading? That's the first thing. What books are you investing in your time? You can download it download the app on your phone, Kindle app, and literally the Jesus Calling devotional, I downloaded that to my Kindle app. So many different books that you can download right to your Kindle. If you're tech savvy, if you're a hard copy person, go to the library. So definitely make sure you're reading your books. Some people say read a new book a month. Well, me, I've never been a hardcore reader, and I'm getting better at that, so my goal is 2 books a quarter, okay? Set it up at whatever pace you can work with, but make sure you're reading your books. Leaders are readers, for sure. Okay, the next thing, what are you listening to? I found this very interesting. So a lot of times in the morning, I don't listen to anything when I'm getting ready. So during the day, when life throws me curveballs, there's nothing that's coming to my mind, you know. Like, it's funny how when you listen to a song in the morning, it will continuously. If I'm listening to that good old country music in the morning, well, guess what? That good old country music is going to play in my head later on in the day. So make sure what you're listening to is something that you want to reflect on during the day, because you don't know what that day is going to hold. And I challenge everybody, the CD that we even got, take that, and for the next month, let that be the only thing you listen to. The only thing for the next month. I'm going to challenge myself to that too. Okay? Who in here's going to do it? Anybody? Okay. We'll post it on Facebook when we do it. Okay. So, and you're going to be surprised. And I even told my husband that. And so he started listening to like some worship songs in the morning on his way to work and all that. And he's like, babe, I have been humming that song all day long. And it was like this time is like Friday, and he's humming it at work, and some guy's like, yeah, I've had that song stuck in my head since Sunday too. And Brandon's like thinking, I listened to it this morning, and I just can't get it out of my head. But it's so true. Like, he thought that was so interesting, and that was something that I had picked up on at the retreat with Christina. And just listen to good music in the morning when you start your day, when your feet hit the floor, or before they hit the floor. Have it on your alarm, okay, on your phone. So what music are you listening to? And also, are you listening to the daily hotlines? That's another great thing, making sure you're calling in. Those sales directors that call in those hotlines are investing their time in you. So invest your time in listening to what they have to say, because they're where you want to be, right? So why not listen? Take notes. And then, of course, are you setting aside time specifically to pray for your business? Specifically, are you doing your devotionals? You guys, allow God to be your business partner, because he will take you wherever you want to go. You have to trust in him and trust in his timing, like what we talked about earlier, but take him as your business partner. So that's a little bit about the personal growth. I know we touched on that earlier. And what Marianne also said, another thing I had in my notes, what you pour into yourself comes out, okay? So make sure you're pouring the good stuff into you. I don't even watch TV anymore. That's how much garbage is on TV. And so make sure whatever pours into you, whatever you're pouring into yourself is the good stuff, so that you can pour it out to your team, because your team needs that. Your family needs that. Okay. Number 2, when leading by example, number 1 was make sure your headspace is right. 6 inches between your ears. Number 2, show up. Okay? Show up. You always hear monkey see, monkey do. I hear that when I'm raising a kid, and it's so true. People do what their leader is going to do. So number 1, under point number 2, A, weekly success events. Are you showing up to your weekly success events? You have no excuse at all why you shouldn't be there. Show up to your weekly success events. Your sales director needs your support, because when you become a sales director, don't you want people at your events?
Yeah.
So you got to start now, right? The best leaders are the best followers. So your weekly success events, your retreats, or advances, career conferences, seminar, and I know all of y'all are here. You've invested your time and money, so obviously y'all are showing up. So show up to those other advances. And you'll hear people say all the time, I just don't have the money to go. Do you not have the money to go? Or are you not willing to work to get the money to go? We make 50% of everything we sell. We have no excuse to not show up. So show it up to your retreats, your conference calls, your weekly conference calls, you guys. Are you on those phone calls? Lead by example. If you want your team on those calls, you need to be on those calls. Okay? And then, of course, I wrote in here, I guess this goes along with the money, having money to go to the events, and some people say they don't. Do you have abundant thinking, or do you have the scarcity mentality? What you focus on expands. We hear that all the time. If you focus on the blessings, you're going to have more blessings. If you focus on what you don't have, well, there's going to be more things that you don't have, okay? So focus on the great things. And have the abundant mentality, especially when it comes to trying to make the money to go to your events. Okay, so point number 3, have a goal for your business and let your team know your goal. And Proverbs, the verse you said earlier today, where there is no vision, the people will perish. Okay? So does your team know your vision, what you're working on? Car, even if it's your red jacket, the team that you're building. The next level up, team leader, future director, DIQ, car, sales director, national sales director. I'm already going to tell you right now, I'm going to be a national sales director. I already know it. So claim it, affirm it, y'all. Okay, does your team know what you're working on? So make sure that they know your vision. If you do not have a vision for your business, you cannot successfully lead your team. You have to have a clear vision. Number 4, and this is my final point, plan your work and work your plan. Okay? And that, of course, is from our founder, Mary Kay Ash. Book your parties. Don't have a date book with nothing on it. You want to lead by example. Have a date book filled with parties, filled with appointments. And then invite your team out to come watch you earn while they learn. Okay? My team consistently watches me work full circle at my parties. I have my date book full. Has it always been like that? Absolutely not. But I started to think about it, and I'm like, okay, I want 2 parties from every party. And the more excited you get, the more excited your people get, and the more excited your customers get, and they're going to want to book with you. And next thing I knew, I was booked up with parties. And my team's like, can I come to your next party with you? Like, I want to come watch you do another party. And I'm like, yeah, sure. Okay, I have this date open for you to come watch me. So let them come and watch you earn, and let them learn while you earn, is what Mary has always taught me. So make sure that you're out there consistently working, because how are you supposed to encourage them? I mean, once they sign, they want to make some money, right? So how are you supposed to encourage them to go book their parties and their appointments when you're not even doing it yourself? We have to lead by example. Have your killer parties. So I'll review the 4 points real quick when leading by example. Number 1, make sure your headspace is right, because you have to make sure you're right yourself. Number 2, show up to all your events. Number 3, have a goal for your business and let your team know your goal. And then number 4, plan your work and work your plan. And be consistent. And let me tell you, back to the let your team know your goal. If you come in my house, y'all, I want to thank Anna Jane first off, because back at the beginning of, or the end of July, I think it was, or the very beginning of August, you did a hotline call. And you said, get your red lipstick out, girls, and write consistency is key on your mirror. Well, guess what, Anna Jane? I did it on every single mirror in my house, and it's still there. Yeah. Every single mirror. Every mirror. You guys, August is when I took off in my business. August. And I don't know if it was because I saw consistency is key every single day and it was thrown in my face. But mentally, because I saw that on my mirror, in my house, there's a mirror in my living room and it's on that mirror too. And it just says in red lipstick, in huge letters, consistency every single mirror. So I have to remember that I have to be consistent every single day and intentionally plan my week. Intentionally make those calls. Intentionally follow up with people. Intentionally talk with my team members. Be intentional about your weekly schedule. And then trash your house with your goals. If you come to my house, you will see on every single mirror, in my kitchen, in my dining room, you will see the director's seat, you will see the car. We had a football party at our house one day on a Saturday. It was my day off. And people were coming over, hit Brandon Springs, my friends, they're like, what does this mean, consistency is key? What does that car represent? They were reminding me of my goals on my day off. Okay? Trash your house and your goals. Because what you're thinking about, you're going to bring about, right? You want to constantly be thinking about it. Carson looks at that car and he's like, that's mommy's car. Sometimes he'll say it's my car. And I'm like, okay, it could be both of our cars. We'll share it. So, you have to trash your house. Write on your mirror, your bathroom mirror, and your red lipstick. And I'll even write sweet little love notes now, and so will my husband. He'll write them back to me. So our mirrors are just all trash. We have to peek around them now. So, but yeah. Okay, so that's all I got. But, any questions?
Awesome.
Oh yeah, just pass out your deck of cards.
Great job.
Absolutely.
Great
Or
job.
I'll just take one.
Oh my God.
Mary Ann's standing over here just smiling like she's so proud of you. Like a baby chick.
Great job. Yeah, that was an amazing job.